I'll find my mum if she can make way.
Who's fucking next?
Eternal MMA Uncensored.
Alright, 3, 2, 1. Episode 13 of, what are we called? Am I Uncensored? Yep.
No, we are not.
Sponsored by Chill. Where with...
Don't say that, it'll get us in trouble.
Probably.
I've been trying to get sponsored by Chill for ages.
We're with MMA24's Ryan Robertson. Firstly, where does your nickname go? Do you like it before your name or in the middle of your name?
Before.
Okay, always just go to check.
Yeah.
People always stuff that up. I don't want to be one of them guys.
Everyone's done well so far.
Well, obviously, thank you for joining us. Thank you for coming in. We haven't had anyone from 24/7 yet. Ben doesn't like you guys.
I know. We're the same.
He went through all the gyms and he was like, who's last? All right, 24/7. But no, mainly wanted to have you on. Obviously, your gym's been killing it lately. Last Eternal. And how many events? You were telling me before this, it was
So we've had
last 10 fights or something?
Yeah, in the last 10 fights, we've only lost one.
Jeez.
So, and that was the last one. And that's been it. So it's
been
a good run for us so far.
And what changed? Like you were up and down before. What was the change?
Very mixed results. That was just me training, fighting, and coaching all at once, and not really having a good structure. So, start of the year, I decided I was going to have a year off.
That didn't work.
I think it lasted about 6 months.
Well, that's not too bad. That's half a year.
Yeah, but in that 6 months, I rearranged all the classes, concentrated 100% on my guys, and then from then it just sort of all paid off.
So would you say you're a head coach now, main guy?
I am head coach. I've been the head coach for a while.
Of the MMA side.
Of MMA, yeah. We've got other coaches.
You've got a star-studded lineup of coaches.
Oh, we do.
Daniel Dawson.
Yeah, we've got
Gaz Newman.
We've got our BJJ coach is Darby Matos. I'm not exactly sure how to say it last name.
You out.
Yeah, probably. It's not the first time.
How have you found all those guys? Because obviously Daniel Dawson's been really helping out in the MMA side. How have they sort of transitioned into your world?
They just helpful. They ask what do I need from them for my guys in particular, and then depending on the person, they all need different things. So I just get down to help in certain areas, as well as myself working with them with their striking and ground. And then I've got Darby who helps me with their BJJ. So
you felt like the coaching career was creeping into your fighting career and vice versa, or what made you kind of go, I gotta change this up a bit?
Well, I hate losing, so so my guys, whether it's my guys losing or myself losing, losing as a fighter puts a lot of stress on you. So I decided I needed to have a bit less stress. So I thought I'd just coach and put 100% in them, and that just worked. It worked.
How did you end up having your fight if you planned on taking a year off? How did that come about?
Well, Armando rang me up or messaged me saying, "Hey, I know you have a time off, but we've got an opportunity for you on Hex if you want to fight on Hex." And then I was like, "Yep, no worries, I'll be there. Who do you want me to fight?"
And that one went well for you. It was a great fight.
That went awesome. I had so much fun. So when my fight was coming up, my guys stepped back. All they did was help me prepare, and I put 100% into me instead of them. And then obviously you could see, if anyone watched the video, it was a really good performance as well. Very good. Yeah. You can see that something had changed from your previous fights. Yeah. I was going to say that I did go in there with no injuries. Like before that, I fought with torn LCLs, fucked ribs, everything. This fight, somebody elbowed my nose in training, so I broke my nose a week before the fight. And then everyone's there, don't think you should fight. Nah, you shouldn't fight. Like, are you still gonna fight? I'm like, hell yeah. Nose breaks. I had a good plan to make it cool. It'd break, it'd bleed, like wipe it, lick it, and be like, yeah, come on, wipe it on my face.
Ever the
and then just keep
entertainer.
fighting.
That's sort
BJ
of,
Penn style.
Yeah.
that's sort of been your gym's mantra. Where you guys fight. Like you show up to fights, and we were talking about it earlier. Like it does come with a bit of a detriment sometimes to your record. How do you feel about that? You're always ready to fight and take fights, but sometimes the record does take a hit in situations.
Yeah, not anymore. Not anymore.
Definitely.
We are. Look, I train my guys to be entertaining, and they always come up to me. Oh, what do you think? Would it be okay to do this in the fight? You know, like I'm like, oh, if they're on that side of the ring and you're over here, yeah, you can go for it. That's cool. If you're winning, if you're losing, don't be a dickhead and just fight. But I don't mind them being entertaining and taking some sorts of risks if it's part of the game plan. If it's not part of the game plan, I want them to stick to whatever it is where I want them to do, you know. So I don't mind entertainment.
So you guys still go into it with a solid game plan of what you want to sort of.
Daniel Fuller's the biggest example. With Axel, everyone thought Axel was going to walk through Daniel.
Yep, that was me too. I thought that.
I watched the last
put my hand
podcast,
up
don't
and say that.
But yeah, everyone thought Axel was going to walk through Dan, and fuck, no one knows how hard Dan works. Dan works so hard. He listens, especially after the Asan fight. He went in and fucking first 10 seconds decided he wanted to take Asan down. It was a stupid mistake. And then after that fight, comes back. I said, look, this is why we've got a game plan. You know, you stayed on the feet, you would have picked him apart with what we had planned to do. Maybe. But
I don't think I've ever seen anyone pick your set apart. But yeah,
we had a game plan to
beat
beat his style.
Daniel's definitely a stand-up guy.
Yeah, and Asan is fucking definitely way better than Daniel on the ground.
Yeah.
So it was the game plan that we had to beat Asan.
Yeah, and that happens though. Look at Adam Lawrence, DJ. If Adam would have stayed away
and stood back and made DJ stand back up, then yeah.
But that's that inexperience. You know?
Yeah.
And that was Adam's first MMA fight.
Yeah.
He dropped him and his head came off. It's I'm going to be a hero and get a submission.
Yeah.
And Daniel's probably the sort of thought saying, I took him down, you know.
Nah, actually I spoke to Daniel about that fight after. I said, like, why did you fucking 10 seconds you decided to do a double leg takedown when I didn't want you to go to the ground with this guy? And he goes, oh, well, I sort of freaked myself out because Asan's tough, he loves to strike, he loves to bang, and he hits hard, sort of freaked himself out into
thinking that grappling was a better option.
Yeah, it's the safer way of not getting caught, you know.
Well, he put that right in the last fight. Jesus.
Yeah.
I get the impression that he's a scrappy dude. Like he likes to fight in.
I fucking love.
I get the feeling he'd have a fight in a car.
Well,
I just scariest looking dude ever.
Oh, for sure. And I only recently just became like Facebook friends with him, and the shit that he posts, I'm like, this guy's just ready to fucking throw down any time. Like it was, and even his post fight.
22, I think.
So he's a crazy young guy.
Yeah.
Did you hear his post-fight speech?
Yeah, like...
Fuck. So I respect BJJ, but fuck this shit, I'm coming for the KOs. And I was like, oh, I'm a fan. How do you feel with that? Because obviously, do you pull him back or do you...
We're going to. Yeah. Only because, not that, like, I understand what he's saying, where he's coming from and stuff like that, but it's also can be disrespectful to the coach. The BJJ coach
I see
of our gym.
But I don't think...
As an MMA, like, I understand it. You're going, stuff BJJ, I'll stand.
I think and you have to be really careful with fighters who are naturally like that. You don't want to take that out of them. Like,
I don't.
Josh, in that fight that he had with Dan Curry, he was a bit more respectful and his performance reflected that. Whereas normally he's a bit brash and
Yeah.
So, I mean, I like it. I think it gives him that edge.
I think
and his coaches knows that I'm sure your jiu-jitsu coach knows he loves him and appreciates all the work he does for him and stuff. So what you say in the heat of the moment, it makes it entertaining.
And that's what I like about your gym is it's got that like that flair of like, fuck it, we're just gonna throw it down, and it's like people like that. Like now,
I still want. There's also a fine line, I think,
between being
a dickhead and being entertaining.
Yeah.
Like
I don't think Fuller crossed it, to be honest with you. I mean, he didn't insult anybody.
No,
he just said he basically said,
he preferred
I like
stand-up.
striking, not jiu-jitsu.
And he even said to me, he was like, "Hey, can I please like say a speech? Just I got heaps of people over there." It's not like he was like, "Give me the fucking mic," and then like took it, and then he went into like.
I don't think he disrespected anybody.
No, I think it was fine on that.
the speech thing. He's been trying to get a speech ever since he started fighting.
That's the only reason he does it.
Did you might have listened to the other one, but Cam goes like, no, we got to keep this night rolling.
I
was like, he just fucking knocked a guy out in 26 seconds. I was like, you can have the microphone. I was like, Cam, yell at me later.
His first fight was against
Mitch Taylor.
Mitch Taylor, yeah. And 2 weeks notice, not much experience.
Wrong weight class.
Wrong weight, a bigger weight
Mitch
class.
Taylor's a beast as well.
The only reason I put him in was because he really wanted to fight, and he had the mentality to lose, and let that build him. You know, so that's the only reason I let him do it. Anyway, after that, he fought on WKA and beat the guy in 46 seconds or something. I don't know, a guy from, I think it was from the Pit. I can't remember his name. But he nearly triangled him and then swept him over and got a TKO. And he's like, after getting his hand raised and that, went to hop out of the ring and he's like, oh, I want a speech. I'm like, you don't get a speech, as he's like already got one leg out of the ring, and then he's gone, nah, decides to go jump back in the ring, and like, no, I'm not getting out till I get a speech. Like, bro, get the fuck out of the ring.
I like that shit. Just personally, I like, even as someone watching. The first time when
He
Josh
probably got
Della.
up to doing a podcast with a muscle tee on as well, hasn't he?
Oh, fucking.
He's got some muscle, bro.
But like when Josh Della, I don't know if you were there, when Josh Della grabbed the mic and did his infamous King of Perth.
Yeah,
like,
no, I wasn't.
I just love that shit. Like some people will never like it. Some people
Yeah.
like want you to still bow and all
Yeah.
that sort of shit. And I get that, but it's like there's a bit of me that would make me separate my money. If I was like, okay, I want to go see this fight. If you put Daniel Fuller and Josh Della on a card, now I'm like, oh fuck, it's a bit of crazy.
Yeah.
Like the fighting skill is the main reason, but
Yeah.
that little bit of like, fuck, what might happen?
that makes it interesting.
But it's authentic. Like they're in the moment and they're saying what they're feeling at the time. Like it's not pre-rehearsed.
Like we've talked about, Jack Della has a similar thing, but he doesn't talk, but he's still got this like, you want to hear him speak, because when he does say a word,
Yeah.
he means
He doesn't say anything.
Like, and that's the thing, when he fights, it's
myself.
just
Like, I'm not much of a talker. I'm a bit more. I'll have fun in the ring, you know. Like Alan Chong at the weigh-ins, he did this karate move thing, which I thought was pretty cool. I just stood there like I was actually just really hungry. I didn't really care.
Yeah.
And he was doing this thing, and then he got right in my face. But afterwards, like before we faced the front of the camera, he bowed and shook my hand, and then did it to the camera.
because you talked a bit in the ring, didn't you? Was it more of like just
To
him, or was it getting yourself going, or you did?
I talk to myself. Like before I started the fight, I always talk to myself, saying, fuck him, I'm faster, I'm fucking hit harder, I'm stronger, you know, because to be honest, I was shitting myself. I was scared. The guy was bigger.
Yeah, he's a big
dude.
Brown
belt in jiu-jitsu, fought on the Tough House China. It was like, he's a big name, you know, and he was bigger than me as well, so I was.
That's where.
And then I also had all my hometown and I sold 75 people just for myself.
Yeah, you guys have incredible support at MMA24/7. Like, I don't know if it's just you guys working hard to sell tickets,
We work hard.
or if it's just...
we work hard to sell. We work hard to help promote our guys. Like those little interview things and stuff like that. Like that helps get people to come along and support. Helps get their name out. Helps.
That's what I liked when Mark put up and you started sharing around his thing with Drillich. And then Steve Kennedy jumped on board. And then when that happened, like Jim started.
He got me a couple of times. I had nothing to come back to. He got me a couple of times. I'm like, I'll just like his post. That was good.
But
I tapped on Facebook.
Yeah, that's when you go comment back and forth and then you just like it. That's just kind of like, oh,
You got
me.
see you later. But that stuff, I like that stuff, and like Ben was saying, it's got to be authentic. But I even like when the gyms kind of friendly go back and forth type thing.
Yeah.
Like you and Steve. It wasn't Mark and Drillich. It was
me
you
and
and Steve, which is like that's awesome. I like seeing that stuff, and it makes me more amped up for the fight. I personally, as the ring announcer, went harder for the Drillich and Mark fight than I did for the Della and Rapati fight.
Yeah.
Well,
because of that.
Fired then, cunt.
No, it's halfway.
It's the main event.
I only cared about Della. I didn't care about Rapati at the time, but I cared about Mark and Drillich, so that's basic math.
Performance review after.
Plus, when I finished doing like Mark's intro, I saw Ryan in the corner of the cage, and he was just like, and I was like, fuck yeah! I was like, yes!
Yeah, he looked at me. Yep.
Yeah, it's like this like approvals.
Yeah.
And I was like, yes! And I was like, and then because Drillich and Marcus
Stop
were
trying to
there.
tense your arms for the camera, mate.
I do this anyway. It's sleeves. You just didn't think I had arms. You mesmerised. Gosh, but anyway, going back to your Hex fight, I was talking about you. You were saying you might not necessarily
This is the
talk.
Eternal podcast.
Mate, just you are so insecure about Hex. You're beating him. Morally, you're beating them. All right. I've seen their bank account. No, I haven't.
But we're talking about me anyway.
Yeah, no,
it's
yeah.
about-
And he just wants another Eternal fight. That's how we'll make that full circle.
Yeah.
I actually want to see. What do I want to see Ryan against? I wrote it down earlier. Who do you want to fight next? Bar coaching, obviously you're going to take more.
Well, look, after the Hex fight, I started getting phone calls from people everywhere. And I got offered to fight Kai France.
Oh, fuck.
Over in New Zealand.
That would be amazing.
So I said yes. Because I'll fight Kai. I cornered Kai for the fight that got him into the Ultimate Fighter.
Jeez.
He fought Shantaram 2 weeks after. After I fought Shantaram. And I helped him warm up and stuff out the back. He's fucking strong.
Yeah, I just saw him.
Have you seen his deadlifts?
Yeah, he's
200 kilos. And he's shorter than me.
Sean was a fucking I don't even know the right expression, but if he was all switched on and he was there, he's
a very hit and miss.
He's a hit and miss.
Tweaking, he was no good.
When he's on though, he's like had some.
Well, he was on against me. That was the best I've ever seen him fight. Had watched some of his footage before me, and I felt like when he fought me, that was the best he had fought. I
think he's had just from the fighting perspective, he's had a few losses have hit him a little bit harder. But now you look back and you go, fuck, he fought some tough guys. Yeah. But at the time,
he's fucking got a big record.
Yeah, at the time you just go, oh, they're just another guy.
When I fought him, he was ranked 5.
Yeah, and
this is Shantaram Maharaj for those who haven't picked up on it. But he's out of the game, like, as far as I'm aware.
Yeah, he's
I think he's taken up a career in.
But yeah, I wanted to.
Well, I won't go into
other things.
I wanted to take the fight against Kai in New Zealand. It was going to be for some title. I don't know what title. I just wanted the fight.
He should be signed, to be fair.
Well, they've decided they're not going to take the fight because he's so close to the UFC.
That's a tough one for them because it's like.
And they said like if he loses to me, it will set him back, you know.
But I think it's all upside for you in a way.
Fuck it, it's upside.
You lose that, he's in the UFC, you're like but you win that, you almost steal that momentum.
Yeah.
And we were talking about your record earlier. Those fights transcend records. Yeah. Like they're the ones that just leapfrog everything.
They do.
Because you've got that guy.
Well, that's what I think happened with Alan. You know, like Alan's pretty high ranked and sort of gone from.
What's his record though?
He's only he's 3-3 now, but just with his stats on paper, you know, it's pretty good stats. Now I heard he's won some some big jiu-jitsu comps in BJJ as a brown belt as well. So
it's definitely a good scout for sure. It's like an international recognised name. It's a great scout.
And on such a big level as well, like not as big as Eternal, but like on that Hex card, first Perth card, televised type thing.
Like everything, I made it onto the Foxtel.
Yeah.
So I had friends ringing me up going, bro, I'm sitting in the fish and chip shop in Melbourne. And your fight's on the TV.
Because that's what they're doing in the fish and chip shop 10 o'clock in the morning.
But that's the funny thing, so many people that were on the Hex card thought they were going to be on the Fox Sports Hex card, and so they've told everyone on their Facebook. And
Yeah.
everything. And then
Well,
Hex,
that's what I thought as well.
Hex put out just like I think it was like 4 or 5 fights of the card. I think you were the first
yeah,
one.
I was the very
broadcast,
first one.
wasn't it,
I made it 1 minute on the big screen at the casino before UFC John Jones.
Ah, yeah.
I went to the casino. I wasn't there. I didn't see it, but one of my friends Facebook messaged me it.
That's cool.
But then walking through the casino, I had people coming up to me going, "Bro, awesome fight!" Thanks, man.
Just stood there like, who's that? Oh, what? Me? God, hey girls. Like,
I would have done that.
I've already thought about that.
So, going back to Eternal, because that's what we're here for. Let's talk about a couple of fights.
Yeah.
So, Jesse's first fight.
Jesse's very first fight. Yeah.
Are we pleased with that? I mean, it was a good match. He was against another first
Jesse
fight.
Sayers?
It was
Sayers?
Jesse Sayers against
Kyle
Wilkinson
From Mac One.
So Kyle ended up being a lot physically stronger than
You thought?
we thought he would be, just because Jesse is
Yeah, he's a beast.
strong.
He's a mini
So
beast,
strong.
isn't he?
But he sort of, cause he's done a couple of the MMA sparring days,
Yeah.
and in the first MMA sparring day he did for us, he fought pretty much the exact same. Then the second one, he was a lot looser and a lot.
I think he fought Darcy, one of my guys, at one of those.
Yeah, he did. You weren't there at the time,
Darcy's
and that was
so
really
what?
good.
Yeah.
But he fought him the same as he fought.
Yeah, that
Kyle.
was because Darcy's fought Kyle as well, and the
Yeah.
same sort of thing happened. Stalemate
Yeah.
against the cage, stuck.
Yeah. Now,
Pummeling.
Because you didn't see that fight, did you?
No.
No.
But I've watched it since.
It's one of those ones where it's like if you know what you're doing and know what you're watching, you know how tough that fight was.
Oh,
if you're
yeah, I
just
watched it.
if
That
you're
was
just
grueling.
at a pub
That was
watching,
grueling.
if you're just watching a fight at a pub and you know nothing,
You go, fucking
Yeah.
knock him out.
yeah, but like
Yeah.
just sitting there, I was like, oh,
Fighting in the clinch against the cage, like
Yeah, constantly just under pressure and constantly using
your muscles,
using
really.
muscles. Yeah.
and for little flyweights, fucking still like.
Yeah.
both of them were pretty hench though. Like the pair of them.
Yeah,
were
that
pretty
Kyle was actually a little bit musclier than I expected to see. But
Yeah. He prepared well. I mean, as you'd expect from someone from Mac 1, you'd expect them to be well prepared.
yeah.
What was the game
So I
plan
went-
with that?
Well, the game plan was to take Kyle down. Because I wanted him to lure Kyle into a striking match and then take Kyle down.
Hit, shoot, double or something.
Yeah,
Like
but
that. It takes a lot of.
He never shot. He just.
It takes a lot of guts to shoot a double leg because you know that the downside of not getting a double leg is massive. Like
Yeah.
you could end up.
Well,
with a
see,
back
I
to-
wouldn't have cared about that for Jesse. I know Jesse would be good enough to. Well, I think he would have been good
Yeah.
enough. We never actually got to see that.
But as a fighter, I
But-
know that even sparring sometimes, think, if I shoot this double and it doesn't come off, and the minute you're thinking that, you can't fucking shoot it. You know,
Yeah.
like, the minute you have that seed
So-
out, it's not going to work.
Yeah, there was a couple of things I wanted him to do, but I wanted him to actually strike a bit more as well. They sort of did that a bit more in the third round.
I think they knew it was in the balance in that third round. Someone needed to go out there and
Yeah.
like, take it.
Yeah.
Well,
And then
so-
if Jesse got Kyle down a little earlier, he would have had Kyle. But
That was the
Spider.
most. When I read that decision, I was like, "This is a good decision." Like I was like, each side might think they won, but I was like a split draw. I was like,
I thought Jesse won 2 rounds out of the 3, but like it was
It's
so
not one of
close.
those you can be upset about. Yeah.
I went back and watched the video and I was like, yeah, that's a good decision.
yeah, it just kind of feels like it's like, hey,
A draw's always a bit of an anticlimax.
yeah,
Yeah.
But, you know, sometimes it's fair. And, you know, there's nothing to stop those boys. There's only a limited number of flyweights, so there's nothing to stop them fighting someone
enough.
else and then going back
Yeah,
and doing
yeah.
it again.
So I after watching the video again, I thought
I mean, there's
that was a good decision.
good little amateur pool of flyweights at the moment. You got Harv,
Yeah.
Darcy, Kyle, Jesse. You know, so those guys can mix around for a little while. And,
Yeah.
there's at least 2 or 3 fights for those guys out there
Yeah.
at the time being. So, yeah, it's plenty for him. He you know, for his first fight. You know,
Yeah, I think a lot because he was nervous. I think a lot of it was nerves stopping him from doing whatever stuff he wanted him to do. You know, but
you do much. Do you guys do much training in the cage? Because you
Yeah.
guys have.
yeah, we train a lot in the cage. Oh no, actually, to be honest, no, not overly, but we train enough in the cage to have cage awareness and how to get up off the ground from using the cage and pinning somebody against the cage. So we do use it to our advantage.
And all the intra clubs, Jesse was doing them in cages?
In a cage, yeah.
So that at
Yeah,
least...
at Evolution MMA.
That's cool. So how do you talk through a fighter's first fight? Like, how was he? Like, what level of nerves? How do you teach him to deal with it? Or
basically, I say a lot. I pretty much say it's okay. Whatever you're feeling right now.
The other guy's feeling it. That's for sure.
Well, the other guy's nervous as well, but what you're feeling is good. It means you're aware that this person's dangerous. You're not going to take him easy. You're going to be sharper with your awareness. You know, all you need to do now is just breathe and relax and go with it and use it, you know. That's pretty much how I talk to him.
I've always found as well with fighting that you're nervous until it starts, and then once it starts, it's just fucking... Well, it's just another day at the office.
Again, my Hex fight. I had Jesse in my corner at Hex for him to see what we go through as professional fighters, you know, and we go through the exact same shit. Whether you're an amateur or a professional. Just as you're a professional, you learn to, or not professional, but the more fights you have, the more you learn to deal with all that emotion. And
it probably helps almost you being like, generally you have a coach that's done stuff, but they haven't been fighting recently, or they haven't been fighting the last couple of years. To have you, basically, you're still active career, and you're coaching these guys, and they can literally just follow you by example and watch you get ready for a fight, and kind of like, it's almost you teach them by doing as well as saying, which must...
Well, that was me behind the scenes at Hex. See how I'm nervous and I'm doing up and down pace walking? It's all good, bro.
I've been to the toilet 400 times.
No, you just ride it.
Sometimes you throw up a couple of times. It's cool, means you're ready.
But once you're in there and you touch gloves, man, that's all gone.
Because you look so confident out there.
I was so nervous until that ring announcer got out of the fucking cage, and then they went fight, and we touched hands. Once we touched hands, then he threw a jumping fucking snap kick. I was good.
Because you even had you got caught in the guillotine and just the old thumbs up.
While I was there, because I was there and I was like just chilling, and because I let him. I wanted to play the game of making it feel like he had it, so he was sort of across the chin, and I was like, I stand there or lay there. And then he can wear his arms out a little bit. I thought of a UFC fight that one guy, he got stuck there like that. And he was like, here, this guy, and then he's pulling the finger, and then he's like, him, good. And I was like, that's cool, Les. But I'm not going to pull a finger. Yeah, I'm good. And then I saw Slade, the ref, after the first one. He's like looking at me. I'm like, yeah, I'm good. And I started punching him, got out of it. And it was all over for me. So it was a good fun fight for me.
Yeah, that's I've just noticed that with a lot of your fights. It looks like you're almost having too much fun. Like as in you, like it just looks like Ryan's just throwing down, having the greatest time of life. So it's always good for people out there listening.
Except the Stephen Erceg fight. That didn't look like fun at all. Fucking kicks in the nuts and.
Fuck that fight. So I won the first round for anyone who saw that fight. But I fractured my foot in the first round. I didn't know I fractured it. I just knew it was sore and something was wrong. But then going into the second, a little tired, and then he poked me in the eye by accident.
He's 100% not a dirty fighter.
Oh no! Everything he did was an accident. I know that, and he poked me in the eye. That stung. But after that, I was like, it's cool. It was an accident. Touch your hands. Fucking first thing, bang, kick straight in the nuts. And it was like not even just a clip. It was his whole shin.
It was one you were going for a kick and he went for.
I threw a left kick. He threw a right kick. And it was his right kick came under and straight up.
Yeah, it was brutal. I remember watching it. I watched it recently and I was like, fuck.
Yeah, I nearly. If I couldn't continue, I would have won the fight. But I don't like to win by default. So I was like, nah. Get your shit together, you're good. It was an accident. Fucking don't lose your shit. Stay focused. Like, yep, touch gloves, smooth. And then he went, bah. And I was like, That's it. Hands by my waist, chase him around the fucking ring, and then I got tired, took one breath, and fucking head kicked me. Dropped me on my butt and then guillotined me.
That was a tough go, that one. I remember watching it. I felt bad for you in that one. It's not Stephen's fault, but it's the game, and it was a couple of fouls that really put you on your back foot, and it's hard to come back from that.
Yeah, right.
Are you glad you took all the fights you took, or do you wish you kind of maybe handpicked your opponents better to build that better record, or do you like how it's turned out?
Look, I actually don't care about the matchups. I'll fight anyone, anytime. And I think I can beat them all, even if they have better skill level in certain areas. That's what a game plan's for, how to beat that person. But I definitely should have pulled out of a lot of fights, just with injuries. I've torn both LCLs, like one at a time, before a fight, a week before a fight, or a week and a half. And then I've I don't know, like the cartilage bit, when you get taken down and your ribs sort of, so you can't breathe properly, cartilage. You can't, so I've had that as well, and, but I wouldn't say
no point having any regrets, that's all good experience.
I'm on the front foot now, so
definitely, as the team is.
Keep looking forward.
Yeah, the team's looking
so that was a draw. Who was next?
Daniel Fuller was next.
Fuller, that didn't last long. We've discussed that.
We talked.
And just that fight was just
like I said, we game planned it. Look, Fuller, if you look at his previous fights, straight away, he's like bah, 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 straight into it. I wanted him to take his time. I wanted him to pick his shots, take his time, get a feel. Keep that fucking right hand high, because Axel loves throwing that fucking left high kick, which he nearly fucking got. And that was it. Just pick your shots. I knew Fuller. I had Fuller have faster hands and better head movement than Axel. I just wanted him to use some certain combos with work, and it paid off.
Speaking of high kicks, Mark against Drilic, he obviously threw that kick. Now
that was a leg kick.
Yeah, from your end, was it like him catching the kick? Was it the punch that really hurt him, or was it kind of the force taking down, or was it the hammer fist? Like what?
So I rewatched the video because at first, when I first obviously in the corner, I thought it was just one punch. It had caught Mark, but it wasn't. After watching the video, Drilic did a great job of just scooping up that leg. He threw two straight lefts. The first one didn't really land. The second one, I think, landed really flush and nice. And then obviously took Mark down. Now, Mark wasn't too bad while he was there, just in the first flurry. But he's moved his hand out of the way of his face to turn in. And as he's moved that, Anthony got a couple of nice hammer fists straight on his chin. And I saw that day's Mark, and then as he's turned, Drilic did a nice job of spinning around the back, sinking that choke, and using the floor as a way to crank on the neck.
Yeah.
That was a really good technique. We were talking about it earlier. Really good technique. So I may or may have not used it on the doors a couple of times. But
yes, it was nice.
What was the
how's Mark come back from that? Is he
to start with, he wears his heart on his shoulder and always feels like he's let everyone down when he loses. But now he's looking forward. He's moved past it. I was saying before, I think Mark could beat Drilic 9 times out of 10. I think this was the only 10%, but I could be wrong. It's only the first fight, so. But that's how I have it. Nobody sees how good Mark actually is, and again, his record doesn't speak for as good as he is.
Would you take the Drilic fight?
I'd fight Drilic.
Yeah. I would really want to
vengeance.
See that. I like.
See, I'm not into the whole vengeance thing.
But as a good story.
I'm into the watching good fights, and I think that would be.
Yeah, but Drilic is fucking 6 kilos heavier than me.
He's going to.
He's on his way to
57, 61. He's going.
Well, he fought at 63 against Mark.
He's on his way to 157.
His first fight was at 66 against at featherweight.
Yeah.
And then So he's
We saw that. That's why we took the fight.
He's carried a bit of weight. So
Yeah, well, I know. I think he had a fair bit of weight and he lost a lot.
he's working his way down. He's
Yeah.
definitely a flyweight or at most
Oh.
a weight.
Yeah. Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, leave the matchmaking alone, will you?
Just make it
But yeah,
fantasy
like,
booking.
yeah. But like the whole vengeance thing is not, I don't know, not a big thing in mine. I've had people, well, Deshaun fought Max Bennett.
Binet, yeah.
And then after he beat him, straight away Jono was the matchup, next match, which is his twin brother, triplet brother.
Yeah. Are there three of them?
Yeah. But that ended up falling through anyway. But yeah, I'm not too much into fighting because my guy lost to their guy.
Yeah.
That's happened a lot with. I cannot remember the guy. I'm going to butcher this completely. But in Melbourne, there's a father-son type thing.
Oh yeah, Hoshi and Stefan.
Yeah, and I think it was one where like the son lost or the father lost, and then the son
was going to fight
Yeah,
the guy that
yeah.
the father
Yeah,
lost
that
to.
was
Yeah.
Dean Abramo and
Wasn't that here?
Hoshi, yeah.
Yeah,
That was here, right?
So-
Yeah.
I always like that. Like it sounds like it's like straight out of a movie. Just like, but I mean, hey, if it all matches up, it matches up. But like you said, it's probably not necessarily too smart to go. I want to fight that guy just for vengeance sake.
I think it's stupid. I think just, I don't know, the matchmakers, leave it to the matchmakers, and again, like we fight everybody. So
That's true.
Was it hard? Obviously, it was 3 guys you had on the general card.
We had
So we
Deshaun
haven't
as
talked
well.
about
Deshaun, obviously.
Yeah, we haven't
He's a
spoken about
man,
Deshaun.
like, obviously I used to coach him.
Speaking of vengeance,
Yeah.
Oh, you can't not like Deshaun.
Oh, Deshaun is the nicest guy ever. He's so
And
nice.
You know what? When he was here, he just moved to the country. I think he was working far away, and
Yeah.
he was
fat.
he was like 100 kilos or something like that.
jeez.
He fought for me at 93.
Yeah. He fought it. Yeah. I can't remember who he fought, but Deshaun's tall.
He fought.
And that guy's the guy he fought something.
A guy from Strike. Yeah, Stevie All.
Stevie Orr, and he's like, he made Deshaun look small. The guy was like massive.
Yeah.
So
but
Deshaun looked really
the
good.
evolution of Deshaun is amazing. Like when he started, I remember seeing a picture. It was probably a year since he'd left here and then started with you guys. And then I saw a picture of him on your
Like
Facebook somewhere or
Yeah,
something like that. And I sent him a message, oh, good to see you back training again, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, yeah, I'm sorry. Like, I said, don't be sorry, man. He's like, I live next to MMA24. I said, mate, fucking train with me. Like,
Yeah.
but it's so good to see him, like, progressing and he got his weight under control. And he's obviously very dedicated.
He looks so fluid and everything
He
he
looks
does.
so relaxed.
Yeah.
He's always so relaxed. And since he's come, we've worked a lot on his BJJ, a lot on his striking, being a bit more, a lot more like centered and balanced. And he used to not so much run away, but like he'd move away a lot. You know, like move and circle. Where now we've got him to be a bit more confident in himself of just, I can stand and trade, you know.
What was the game plan against?
What he did.
What?
I was gonna say,
It
it
was
was
the
like,
only thing that didn't want to happen. It was like, I thought, because I knew Deshaun, I thought he might, I know he likes to scrap, so I thought, he might.
Well,
Stand.
the game plan was to play with Steve, make him think that we're going to stand,
Take him down.
and then take him down. That was the game plan.
because what's Deshaun now? What's his record now? It's looking.
He's 5-1.
Yeah.
He had a few fights in Sri Lanka. I don't know how much they count on his
Oh,
record.
are they on his record?
I'm
Nah,
not sure.
he's, 2 of them are. They're on Sherdog, and we've there's one of them. But then I looked at some of them. They're on YouTube.
Yeah, they're like on
Have you
mats
watched
and
them?
people.
It was the dodgiest thing you've ever seen. They got the mats. They're doing like a Muay Thai one, and the cameraman's like, push the mats together. Like, they're falling into people that's in chairs and shit.
Yeah, it's Sri Lanka.
Wait, but one of them they had like a white dude that was reffing.
Oh.
So
There are white people in Sri Lanka.
it was like, but this guy looked like an official from here.
So that was their eternal.
That was their eternal, yeah.
A few jigsaw
That was their K1.
I guess your 4 guys had 4, completely different results and from all different aspects. You had like a drawn out clinch fest, a 30-second loss, a 30-second win, and then a dominant performance. Like, what were your takeaways with the team? How did you talk to the team?
As a team, it was great. Like if you look at it overall, there's only 1 loss for the night, and it was good. And
you'd take that going in as a coach. If you had 4 fights, you'd be like, I'll be happy with 3 wins or whatever, or 2.
Well, I'm happy with 4.
If someone offered you that at the start of the thing, they said, right, hypothetically,
Look,
you'll be 3-1 by the end of the night. You go, oh.
But that's good. 3-1 is good.
I'm the same. I want all my fighters to win.
Yeah, as we all do.
I lost fucking 5 of 7 on the last show. So it happens sometimes.
Yeah, that's what I was asking you about, because Ben's talked about it a lot, where he has sometimes 8 guys fighting, and it's like you've got to be so invested and then forget about him straight away because you got the next guy.
Yeah, I can do that. That I can do. That's how I can corner and go fight. I don't know. I can switch between people. I can switch between myself and them. I don't know exactly what it is, but it's like...
I can do it. It's fucking exhausting. Wrapping 8 sets of hands, fucking...
Oh, fuck, I hate wrapping hands. It takes forever. I get a sore back.
My back is too sore. I actually like doing it, with the pros and stuff when we do road trips and stuff. I love wrapping their hands as part of my little...
I don't let anyone else wrap their hands. I only wrap their hands.
I get 10 minutes of just talking to them about the fight or whatever they want to talk about. It's a real nice moment though. But when there's 8 of them, it loses all its fucking romance.
It's just a factory. You just...
And Ryan, as Ryan said, your back, just lean it like
you're
this.
There, you're like this the whole time. After, on there, I had 4 of them. I did 2 and I had to get up and walk around and stretch out and then come back and do another one.
Well, then you've got to make sure that they're all done in time. So if you're running back and forth corner fights...
I tell everyone to get there, I wrap all their hands first and that's it. I don't wrap hands halfway through the night.
Have you ever had to coach whilst fighting on the same card? Or how'd you go with that?
Mixed results, but mentally it actually takes my mind away from my own fight. So I'm not stressing anymore. I'm just concentrating on my guys. I go
busy,
there. Yeah. And then...
do you get a bit would you say you get more than average, flustered before a fight, nervous? Do you get way more nervous, or...?
I get way more nervous if I'm the only one on there. Like the Hex card, I had a fight against Albi Filgueria over in Sydney.
UFN.
UFN, Urban Fight Night. And
the Ant-Man.
I was the Ant-Man. I was the only fighter on fighting, and I was freaking out. I had Mark was there cornering me, going, it's all good, and then I had another friend, I made friends over there in Sydney and that, and he's at the back going, no, you got this, it's all good. So that sort of helps, but I freak out when it's just me.
It's interesting to hear, because anyone that's seen you fight, you look so fluid and so calm, and so it's good to know the back that you do freak out just as much as anyone else.
Deshaun, his first fight for us, against what's his name again? Max Benet. He looked calm, he was good. First round, he comes back after the first round, he goes, Ryan, I'm good now. I was so nervous, but I'm good. I'm like, sit down. He's like, nah, I'm good. I've got this, I'm good. And then he went out and lost the round. Come back.
He's
bro,
such a good dude.
You got to win this next round, right? You're 1-1.
He is such a good dude. He is morale. He's walking morale, that guy. He's just...
yeah. I think when he won, did he jump out of the cage?
He's fucking I tried to come in here.
I tried to stop him. And he was like, no. And he just pushed me out.
So I was walking around with his flag and I was like, where the fuck is he? I was like, there's one guy in there.
A lap of honour.
Yeah, because I went to go get in and go, give him a hug and that. And then you opened the door and he... Fuck, don't even come out our door. Alright, see ya.
I reckon a couple of guys did that because it's the first time the cage has been back. So it's Josh Della did it, Daniel Fuller did it, they all the cage, and jumped up on top of the cage.
Yeah.
I've been waiting to do this the whole time.
I tried to jump up on top of the cage at Hex.
I think
Fuck, that was like a climb and a half.
Yeah, I was like,
Yeah, for us.
Yeah, I'm good.
well, a couple of guys always go for the backflips, or they go
That's
for
me.
the
I do the backflip
Yeah.
off the one of the corners.
Was that the Hex one? Did you
I've done it on Hex. I've done it on Urban Fight Night. The Urban Fight Night, I fucked up.
Yeah.
Did the backflip, landed on my feet, but like fell over straight away. Whole crowd laughed. They thought it was funny.
I guess, I mean, that's the adrenaline. You just...
Yeah, well, that was the first time I ever attempted it on the Urban Fight Night. And this time on Hex was the second time. I landed that one. A little sketchy, but I landed it.
Jeez. Well, like, what's next for you and your team in general? Are you going to continue the coaching, or are you going back to fighting? What's the plan?
I'm still doing both. I'll still do both. At the moment, it looks like I might be having a boxing fight at the end of the year. Obviously the fight between Kai. Did we talk about this?
Yeah.
Yeah. So the fight between Kai, not happening. So, but they offered me somebody else, but not for a title. So I don't know. I don't know what I'm doing yet with myself fighting, but I'm going to.
Do you feel like you have to kind of, you're not just making decisions for you now, you have to go like, okay, I've got a couple guys fighting coming up, I can't take a fight.
Yeah.
Is that hard, or?
It is when I love fighting. I just love to fight. That's the only reason I got into fighting. Like, a lot of my amateur losses, I didn't even give a shit. I was like, I'll fight anyone. I offered to fight, because I didn't have a fight, and I offered to fight, what's the Kiwi guy's name? I can't remember, he's down in Albany, but he was like fighting at 70 kilos. I was like, I'll fight that guy. Just give me a fight. I want to fight.
Matthew Toms, was it?
Nah. He was
Poss.
Poss. Yeah, he fought at
Sorry.
66. I didn't realise he had gone up a weight, but I was like, I'll fight him at 66. Let's do it. Because half my fights at amateur, I fought at 65, but I was only 60.5. And all these guys are weighing in their underwear, and I'm weighing in with fucking full clothes.
What point did you go, let's go pro?
I had 11 amateur fights. I was like, oh, I'm sick of this. Half the fights I never got any money from it or anything, so I was just like, I was only fighting I was fighting for free, and sort of got sick of fighting for free, and I just love fighting.
So what's your pro record now?
3-5, so it's not the best.
It's getting back there. That's all right. A good couple of wins. Was it this year? Both those wins this year?
I've only had 2 fights this year, and one was a loss against Trent. Fuck, I wanted to punch his face in.
Trent Gurley.
Yeah, he was at ATT. Heard he got kicked out.
Yeah, I don't know any of the backstory to that.
Just because of his attitude.
Oh.
So.
What show did you fight him on, UFN?
Yeah, that was for a title. I tore my LCL a week before that fight.
He's good, man.
If you know what you're looking for when you watch that fight, I started off, I threw him around, suplexed him a couple of times, got his back, nearly choked him out. He stood up, I had his back, and I put a body triangle on. Lasted about maybe 3 seconds before I undid it because of my knee. And I was like, that hurt. But he managed to swivel around, get on top. He dropped some elbows on me. I wasn't able to like really close guard or pull guard or anything because of the knee. Got a nice little cut on the bridge of my nose from one of the elbows, and I think I went for like a leg lock or something, and he sort of moved away from me. So I went to get up, and blood went into both eyes. I couldn't fucking see, everything went red. And then he took advantage of that and jumped on top of me and got in a nice choke.
He's a good fighter. Like, he's got a really bad attitude, but he's...
Really bad attitude, yeah. But yeah, he does have talent.
Yeah. He's raw and young and gets out there and gets after it.
Well, that's the thing that brings me back to your gym, is everyone on the outside, they know nothing of you guys. They just seem like it's like undisciplined shit, and when you really focus, you guys just have this unique way of preparing for fights. And like you said, Daniel Fuller, like, talks shit, but he's fucking dedicated as anything. Same with Mark. You guys are always trying to work on your game, but you just have this unique way of going about the game, and I find it really interesting. And I don't know if, and like, you even just talking to you now, I didn't know you were as to the point with game plans and things the way that you do. And I thought you'd be more like, oh, just go out and be free.
I am and I'm not. So we have a game plan. We have an overall game plan. So say I wanted Dan to Fuller to fight striking, and Axel got Dan down. Okay, got Dan down. So a game plan.
Yeah.
A game plan's not gone. It's just like we're going to do this and this when we hit the ground to regain this, and then we're going to do this, and we're going to get back up. Our aim is to get to here to do this, which will get us to there, and then we're just back to the game plan. So we're never, because I when I fought as an amateur, my coaches were like, got to stick to the game plan. Don't fucking deviate from the game plan. And I'd get taken down, or something would happen where it would deviate from the game plan, and I'm like, fuck, what do I do? I'm fucked. I don't know.
Game plan's great until it goes wrong. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. So that's why I like an overall game plan. But if it deviates, it doesn't matter. We do this and we do that, and you listen to your corner. That's it. And then we can overcome whatever it is that happens, you know. So I am on game plans, but I'm also very flexible with it.
And the boys, what is it you like about Eternal and competing on Eternal? Is it, good crowd, good venue, good matches?
Great venue. Crowd's awesome because we're there.
Yeah, you guys always fucking pack the joint. I'll give you that.
Yeah, we are.
Support. There's definitely a lot of support.
Yeah, it was good. That was the biggest turnout we've ever had for any show, whether it's Muay Thai or...
How many people did you have? Do you know?
We sold about 170. And...
It makes a big difference, like, just even in the field. When you hear someone say, or me say, MMA24/7, and then the place goes nuts.
Yeah.
If you don't train at any gym, you're just there to watch some fights, you know nothing. You're like, oh, that must be a good gym. Like, you instantly go like, oh, there's lots of people here for that gym.
Yeah.
There must be something there.
Yeah, well, the crowd went for when it was Mark and Anthony. Anthony had a lot of people there as well.
Yeah, they had 3 tables.
We were talking about the next gen kids like were booing Mark when he walked. You guys had to walk past him. They were all like, boo! The commission had to be like, hey guys, just like back off a little bit.
Kids are young. I think I fucking hate it when I hear people boo. Like, I don't like any of my guys booing anyone, whether they don't like the guy or what, don't boo them. If they're not
kids
there...
Kids is kids, though.
I know kids, I understand kids. But adults,
Booing sucks, and Australia's not bad for it. Like, America is...
I think they went with it...
I was a bit pissed off when DJ fought Adam, and DJ come walking out. Fuck up half the crowd. Boo!
Adam sells a lot of tickets.
And DJ was just... But DJ was so cool about it. He's like, yeah, no worries. It's cool.
It's good that they care. Like, people care in your favour or not in your favour. They're invested in it in some way. So
yeah,
he's won in that respect. Is that people are up for it. They're ready.
I
remember that fight being in the corner, and Adam had 3 tables here and 24/7 had 2 tables there, and we were right in the middle of it. And before the fight, they were like,
that would be awesome.
And yeah, it was great. And all your tables stood up, all Adam's tables stood up, and they were chanting at each other and pointing.
It went from fucking backwards and forth.
Great. As a spectacle and as an atmosphere, it was fucking great.
Yeah, on that Eternal, that was the most intense walkout between those two. I've ever been at.
Everything about that fight was intense.
That first
the weigh-ins were intense. But how funny was the weigh-ins? Fucking DJ's like, because we only had like literally our fighters there for the weigh-ins, nobody else. And DJ's like, anybody that got asked to come up to hop on the scales from our gym, DJ's like, yeah. It's just him. Then they're like, all right, DJ to the scales. Yeah, DJ, yeah. Just running down there. He's a character.
How do you feel about the weigh-ins? Like, we did them at the game previously, and then now it was kind of in the back corner. What did you prefer?
I prefer the game. I prefer...
Do you like the theatrics kind of?
Yeah, I like that. It looks cool, especially when you Facebook living it and
I
all
think
of
the
that.
next show we're going to do it on the stage upstairs in the Italian club as opposed to in that little room there.
Yeah.
So there's a bit
Oh,
more
that'd
space,
be
or
cool,
even
yeah.
in the standing area. So just so there's a little room,
Yeah.
you know.
Yeah, I like the theatrics of it.
And that's why, with like you were saying about the booing, I like when it's kind of done like a sport. Like you guys are about to fight, and everyone's kind of like they've picked their team and they're behind them. And then when the fight's over, everyone's like, "Oh, great fight!" Like even the crowd is kind of like, "Oh yeah, cool!" Like you guys were great.
Yeah, I mean
too.
it's always all good. Like I've never seen it go off between supporters at our show.
That's one thing I
No,
know.
never.
A tournament
Never.
never goes.
I nearly got in a
never-
fight in DJ's fight. When DJ was fighting, I nearly fought somebody in the corner.
That one won't go on your record.
Some dude come up to me, he fucking pushed me, and he's like, "Fucking sit down!" I'm like, fucking corner my fighter, right?
That's one thing I've noticed is how much the fucking commission runs around the ring telling people like fucking back.
Yeah,
They pull
the
people
commission
back.
come over and was like, "Fucking get out of the corner."
Or
It was
just
better with the cage. I felt everyone was
I felt it was
further
better
away.
with the cage. It was easier for us.
because Jack
As
couldn't grab
cornerman.
him.
Jack couldn't pull in on anyone's foot.
Yeah.
But also the cage is bigger than the ring, but there's more space in it. And I'm
Yeah, we can't figure that out. The
Fuck that
cage
works.
is
That-
like
Yeah. It was such a great setup that night.
setup was
I
good, yeah.
really liked it. I really liked that.
how did you
setup.
feel about
Everybody that
entering the same door as like you had to kind of like you were there and then the other team?
I've done that plenty of times.
I love
Yeah,
your
no,
little
that-
agendas. You've always got agendas.
To
You always
be-
fucking ask people leading questions.
To be honest, that
You're a prick, mate.
I'm a journalist,
the
mate.
way it was set up and it worked. No two fighters were right next to each other.
Yeah.
It was one fighter, then the other fighter.
See, this is why experienced fighters and coaches and a muppet who stands in the middle.
Mate, I'm just.
But yeah,
It's not our first rodeo. You know?
I'm just.
but I've had a time where I've been like, I'm standing at one end and there's like a whole corridor, so I'm walking out of a different door, but my opponent's down there, and I'm just like, yeah, I've got you. I'm gonna fuck smash you. We don't look away. It's like looking at the door and still looking at them. That I don't know. That makes it a little bit intense before you.
So I always like the weigh-ins and the turns, so they're like facing off, and then the photographer's like, "All right, face me," and there's always one guy that's like,
Yeah.
the whole time he's like, won't turn his head. He's like, as soon as they turn, they're like, yeah, I can turn now. And it's
Yeah.
like that stuff I really like too. It's like your whole team's good at that.
Daniel Fuller's fucking intense at the weigh-ins.
He's got a hell of a stare.
Oh, he does. And when he was fighting, I heard, because I watched his fight, and one of the commentators was like, because I was like, I don't know much about Dan, but
Oh,
he's got a stare on him. It means
Jake Driscoll, yeah, he's just like,
business.
well, I don't know much about him, but he's got a great stare. I was like, that'll do it. But yeah.
Alright, so to wrap this bad
Yeah.
boy up, how good is it to have the cage back?
Fucking awesome.
It's been so long.
Bunch
But
of
it changes everything.
Muppets making rules.
It changes everything.
Glad they're out.
Like the atmosphere, the way the fights go. as opposed
Yeah,
to
like,
standing up
It feels
and-
clean. It felt
Look,
cleaner. Like the sport felt cleaner with the cage.
From fighting in a cage and a ring, you don't get tied up under the, like, you see so many fights in a boxing ring that people sort of get stuck under the ropes and they're still getting punched.
It spoils the continuity as well. You got to go stop. Back to the middle. Whereas in the
You
cage,
can't really use the
Was-
ring to get up. You
Was
know,
Daniel Fuller's fight the one with Mitch Taylor, where there was the one
Nah,
in the ropes,
that
or
was
was it-
Hickey.
that was
Hickey?
Justin Hickey. Yeah,
That one was
but Dan did get caught up in the ropes with
Mitch Taylor.
Mitch as well.
That was a lot of that fight was fought against the ropes, wasn't it? Like
Yeah.
Mitch pushing him against the ropes.
Yeah. That was a lot of clinch work. But when they did hit the ground, you know, he was sort of stuck under the ropes as well. And when you're stuck under the ropes, you can't sweep, you can't get up, you can't get
so the
in.
cage just changes that all completely. Like you
Cage-
can't.
The only time that your fight will be interfered with is if there's a foul committed or it's over.
Yeah,
That's it. As opposed to, oh, my hand's caught here, your leg's caught here.
like
I've got to move you.
another one. Also, if you're defending the takedown off of the ropes, so much harder. Especially like, for example, Mark Familari versus Chris Coyle.
Oh, yeah. That.
Chris couldn't get Mark down because we've been working good takedown defense. But every 2 seconds, Chris was grabbing hold of the ropes. So Mark couldn't get out. Couldn't do anything to get out when you're holding the ropes. So that cage takes that away you know, it makes it a lot more fair and clean.
Yeah, no, I agree. 100%.
And last question. How much do you love Eternal? There you go.
Well done, mate.
There you go, mate.
You don't have to answer.
Eternal's great. Eternal's awesome. We've always had good fights on Eternal. So.
Yeah, and Eternal loves MMA 24/7. You know, you guys come to fight, you fucking pack the house out, and you know you're entertaining, and it's good to have you. It's nice to see the success. Like I can see from a coach's point of view the hard work that's got into it in the background.
Yeah.
So to see you getting the rewards for that is.
Coming here, like I'm still learning. I'm a young coach. I've asked you questions about like how do you do this and what you know.
Maybe I should stop fucking telling you.
But I ask all coaches. You know, I'm friends with a lot of coaches at different gyms, and it's, like I'm open and willing to answer their questions and just want to help. You know, as a young, I've only been coaching for a year or two.
Wow, that's
2 years.
awesome, man.
You know,
and you know what? I'm always happy to share knowledge. There's no secrets in this game.
Yeah.
Like, and you know, all the information's out there. It's just that I have to go and get it and
Yeah.
know where to look. So, Perth's small, and if we can all succeed and help each other succeed, then that's the way forward for me.
I like when it's WA versus the rest of Australia.
I love it too.
Yeah, get all behind it. Is there anything you want anyone to know that's listening or watching? Is there anything you want to plug or?
No.
It's be a good time to plug your gym, mate.
Oh yeah, MMA24/7 is awesome.
Where is it?
Belmont. Technically it's Rivervale, but it's on.
It's Belmont, eh? Like that's.
Website?
It is Belmont, yeah. So
Yeah.
It's MMA247.com, and
Are you open 24/7?
no,
Okay, just check.
don't let the name fool you. It's for us. We just love MMA 24/7, you know. But yeah, it's 98 Belmont Ave, Rivervale.
Or just Google MMA 24/7 or find them on Facebook.
Or just do that, yeah.
You guys will figure it out. All right. Well, thank you for joining us.
Thank you for having us.
We'll catch up again sometime.
Cheers.
Bye.
Eternal MMA Uncensored.